we are going to work on this video creating facial expressions for our character, and it's going to be pretty straightforward. We have right now her geometry, and we need just to delete any history her face may have. Of course, if you have a full body, that means the full body is going to be receiving those blend shapes or those shape deformers better, and which may slow down the rig a little bit, but if that's it, that's it. So the first thing we need to do is we're gonna create these facial expressions on the face and the eyebrows at the same time. Make sure they don't have any history on them. So I'm gonna select both. I'm gonna group them. I'm gonna call it head group. That way I have a, let me just correct the typing there, head group. There we go. So we have that one. We're gonna modify center pivot point for that. Freeze transformations, modify center pivot point. That way selection point of that is in the middle, just in case. I'm not going to include the hair because the hair won't deform in that case. So now I'm going to, of course, I need to do my research. I'm finding references of facial expressions, and you can go and draw your own, or you can go online and find the best reference you can have for, you know, the expressions that you want to do. These are very cartoony, but it'll give me a good sense of what I want to do. I'm going to start with a happy face, trying to see, you know, and recognizing that my character, of course, needs to smile, eyes will open, eyebrows will go higher a little bit more. So I'm going to try to do the eyebrows, the nose, and her mouth at this moment. So I'm going to try to working with that group. So I'm going to go and say on the window, this is an animation deformer, pretty much. So I'm going to say on the animation editor, shape editor. And with that, I'm going to create a blend shape node. I'm going to call it face expressions. Oh, let me do it again. Alright, face expressions. And then we're going to start creating within this node multiple targets. So I'm going to say add a target, and that gets the first one. I'm going to call it happy. You see that it's on, meaning that the edit option is valid now. I can start working on it, and I'm just simply going to go and make her change because I have it done under the group. Remember, the group is what it is. The whole node is going to have work under that group, so you could not separate the group from now on, because if you separate the group, you're going to ruin or break your rig for the facial expressions. You could also do them on them all of them individually, but it's a little bit harder because if I need to modify some things, I won't have a chance to say, for example, if I need to select, let me isolate this only. When I isolate the face, do it one more time. That one and that one, and I'm gonna isolate those so I don't have anything else. I can actually even isolate the faces. I'm gonna do that. Select by faces and isolate just the face. The ones that will receive information, I'm gonna isolate those. That way I'm not dealing with anything behind it. Oh, I didn't select the eyebrow. One more time. Eyebrow and face. I'll select those faces. Okay, now I should be able to select them all the faces. I think that those are the areas that will need deformation, so I'm gonna just isolate those. There we go, that's a little bit better. That way I can very comfortably select around things without worrying about moving things in the back. So I'm gonna start selecting vertices here. I'm gonna say, you know, I need her middle element there, and you can try to turn on the mirroring to see if the mirroring works. Let's try that. I'm gonna try to see if it happens. It's not recognizing it, so never mind. I'm gonna just try to turn it up here. I'm gonna just go to manually select this guy and select those. Turn B for sub-selection and start moving them up a little bit. I'm gonna bring my sub-selection influence a bit more. so I can get those. And then we'll probably grab this guy here and that guy there, try to bring them up too a little bit. Let me see if I can do this one's a little bit more. Soft selection is a very good tool for doing this, and now I'm going to try to make her smile. I know that when she smiles, I'm going to maybe get her nose move up a little bit, so I'm going to make her nose kind of wrinkle up a little bit, shrink that selection there a little, and of course I'm going to grab this and going to start moving it out, up, and a little bit back. That's going to push this part up too. So I'm gonna get the cheek up a little bit, puffing up some of these things here, and that's going to make me push. Oops, I extruded those by accident, so be careful with that. So you see that I'm generating my wrinkle there. Just be careful with extrusion. And actually I think it would be a good idea to change so I'm not by accident extruding objects that I don't need to be extruding. So I'm going to do with my selection tool activated. I'm going to go and double click on my selection tool, and I think there is one option here that says on the smart duplicate, says shift drag to extrude components. So we turn that one off, so that, or shift drag to duplicate objects. So we don't want to extrude anything by accident. Okay, that's a little bit better. So I have a chance not to risking extruding things by accident. Of course, all of this is pure aesthetics. You know, the more, the better you want to, oops, not forward, to make your character look. It's just looking at reference. Yes, it is just slightly pushing things as you see them give you the expression that you need to give you. I'm going to need to push her mouth back a little bit, and this one is going to give me a little wrinkle there. Okay, let's see, I'm going to try to do the same thing on the other side. Unfortunately the mirror wasn't doing what I wanted it to be doing, so it's going to be more a matter of manually correcting or replicating what I did on this side. Luckily it's a matter of just playing with it and having some patience and testing it the best you can. You always want your expressions to push a bit further from what you expect them to be. The reason for that is that you don't want, when your character is smiling or when your character is doing the expression that you're trying to accomplish, you don't want to have a rigid stop at the expression, meaning you have a little bit of room to have the expression change and allow the character to feel more like organic when the motion happens. I hope that makes sense. Just trying to soften up the way the expression is going to be created there. I'll just push this one up a little bit. Notice that I'm not opening the mouth much. I'm just trying to get her expression to happen. I think she can push back a little bit more. That way it's like giving her a bit more of that expression. Also, I'm going to give her maybe with her smile a little bit of closing of the eye. Try to bring her up like this. So when she smiles, she has a little bit of that little squinting that happens. So kind of like a happy option there. I'm gonna try to get this one out a bit more. This one out a bit more. And push her cheekbone a little bit higher. And out a little bit. Okay, so definitely she can have a little bit relaxing here. It's a little forced right now. There it is. I'm going to push this one out a little bit. Not that actually. This one is the one that I need to relax a little bit. The smile of the opening of the mouth will be driven by the actual rig, by the actual joints that we're gonna have for her face. Okay, so once I have this one done, you can test it to see how she goes and smiles, and see if it's doing what she needs to be doing. And if you're happy with it, you just stop editing that one and you simply do and select the group one more time, and you add another target, and this one will be whichever is the next one that you want to do is add. And the process begins again by creating the facial. You need to do at least good number of faces, 12 18 faces, and you can also always add your own customized versions if you need to. Alright, that's pretty much it. Hope you can go ahead and do that for your characters.